So here's a little story about how I got this record into my hot little hands. I was living in Queens, and I used to go to this bodega to get roast beef and bread. That was my luxury food. And I was walking back, and this guy was sitting on the front steps of his like duplex. He was having a tiny garage sale, and it was just like toaster, plastic stuff. He has like a little milk crate, carton, whatever you call it, with about 30 records, and I go through it, and I find this record, the Stooges' first original. I had the shrink wrap on this when I saw it, and I wanted to play it cool, and I go, "Oh man, you like the Stooges?" And he's like, "No, my brother did." I'm like, "Cool, really?" And he's like, "Yeah, my brother came back from Vietnam in 1970, and he wanted to get into music again because he had been out of it for a couple years. So he bought a bunch of rock and roll records," that's the guy said, "and this was one of them. And then his brother, according to him, passed away soon after. So this record tells a little story. As you can see, this is all original inside packaging. These are pretty cool. This is thick vinyl. But anyway, I got this record, probably wasn't played more than a few times. I just imagine that vet coming back with his hair all cut short, and somebody tells him about the Stooges, and he goes to the record store and he buys it, and he barely gets to listen to it, and then it sits there until one day yours truly walks by, takes a different way home with his little bag full of roast beef, and hears a wonderful story, buys this record, enjoys it, listens to it. I'll never sell this. There's a lot of love in this record, a lot of unrequited romanticism, if you want to call it that. Anyway, if you haven't listened to this record, go listen to it however you want to. The best is on vinyl. The first track is going to blow your mind when you hear the drums come in. But anyway, well, actually, that's not true. The guitar starts on 1969. I'm thinking of No Fun. But there they are. That is the glory of rock and roll right there. From me to you, enjoy this video. Like and subscribe if you dig it. If you don't, hey, that's cool. Maybe you learned something today about a little bit about the backstory of rock and roll from a garage sale. Lates.